Well, a very good morning to you. Greetings from Dawlish, Sunday morning. Bit of early sea therapy, bit of modern technology, new seawall, and me. And we're looking at Pyjama preaching for the 23rd of November, looking at Mark's Gospel, chapter 11, verses 27 to 33. I'm standing against a huge seawall, which is one of the older ones that's been fixed up. And I'm not sure whether that's part of the new repair plans as well. But before I do the reading, in fact the reading is the conclusion. In the temple were cloisters, in the same way as you could find in Athens in Greece. And these cloisters were called the painted porch in Athens, and it was where the religious and philosophical teaching took place. One of the famous schools of thought was the Stoics, whose name Stoa means porch or arcade. So Stoics were the school of the porch. Now in Jerusalem, Jesus walked around similar cloisters, walking and teaching in the similar way. For Jesus, though, he gets a deputation that comes from the chief priests and the experts of the law, which actually means the scribes, the rabbis, and the elders, or another way, a deputation of the Sanhedrin. And they wanted to put Jesus into an awkward dilemma by asking him a question. But Jesus, very cleverly, turned the question and impaled them on the horns of the dilemma that they tried to do to him. And it highlights where some will not face the truth. Instead, they twist and they wriggle, and in the end, they get a position where they get so deep they have nothing to say. So when truth is not faced and false truths are bandied about, all that happens is by touting lies, they become more and more embroiled, making up more and more untruths and trying to desperately maintain those untruths. The prayer at the end actually is for you to think about. If you can post in the comments any prayers, any Bible passages that come to mind, any hymns that come to mind, when you think about Jesus trying to be trapped by the Sanhedrin. But the verse from Amos 5:24 came to my mind, which is, "But let justice roll on like a river, like a never-failing stream." And so I'm sure you would like to hear the passage. So later that day in the temple courts, Jesus was confronted by the chief priests, the law teachers and the civic leaders. "Who gave you the right to act and speak like this?" they demanded. "I'll answer your question," Jesus replied, "if you can answer one of mine. You remember John the Baptizer? Of course you do. Now, was his ministry from God or his own invention?" This foxed them. "If we say John's ministry was truly from God," they said to one another, "he'll ask why we didn't accept it. But if we say it was a human invention, the crowds might turn on us. They revered John as a prophet." Turning back to Jesus, all they could say was, "We don't know." "Well," said Jesus, "if you can't work that out, there's not much point discussing where my authority comes from, is there?" Touché. Jesus won, Sadducees nil. No wonder they were so blooming angry. Anyway, there's the reading for today. There's a thought about today, and it's all about truth. And it's knowing that we follow the truth and being truthful all the while. So have a great Monday. I'm going to now carry on my walk, go and have a coffee. One final sweep of the view. Go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Amen. Bye.